So we got the semifinals for Liga MX tonight. Liga MX is coming to a close, guys. So first game up, we got Cruz Azul. This is the first leg, by the way. First leg, Cruz Azul versus Tigres. To me, guys, Tigres look like the better team in the last round, especially going down 3-0 against Tijuana, and then ended up coming back 5-0. At ended up coming back 5-0 in the second leg. The only thing I did tell you guys is that a 2-0 lead is not safe. That was obviously for a different team, but I I'm actually a little bit shocked that a 3-0 lead is kind of useless. is the only way I could put it, man. A 3-0 lead. I had Tijuana as a favorite to, or at least kind of like a dark horse to win the whole thing, and they ended up completely choking in El Volcán in Nuevo León. Crazy for me, guys. I do think Tigres is the better team, guys. I do think they're the better team, but every game is different. Cruz Azul didn't look that impressive against Chivas, in my opinion. I don't think the right team won, but a certain person, pinche Chicharo, dude, pinche Chicharito is all I could say. That dude really choked it. Certain players, man, certain players. As far as this game, as far as this game is concerned, guys, I think this is Cruz Azul's best chance to get a win and get a lead because it's looking like it's proving to be that going into El Volcán, going into Tigres' home, is no easy task. So I'm gonna go straight up Cruz Azul money line. Cruz Azul money line. I also like both teams to score. I like the no for -102. I don't think both teams score, and I think that's even more valid with the total being as low as it is. So I like the under. I like Cruz Azul. I like both teams to score no. And that'll wrap up pretty much the first game, guys. I think this is going to be a boring game. I'll be straight up with you guys. I think this is going to be a Cruz Azul at home 1-0, 0-0 game. It's either going to be 1-0 or 0-0, in my opinion. So, but I do like the Cruz Azul side to win the first leg of the semifinals. Monterrey at home, Toluca coming in. Toluca not looking like a dominant Toluca, not from the last round. They won 2-1 in the first leg and then went 0-0 in the second leg. So, I don't know. Not exactly looking too good. Monterrey on the other side, I think they're looking better. 2-0 in the first leg. Then they have to go play America in Mexico City. And they end up losing 2-1. But hey, total score ends up being 3-2. Monterrey passes. Monterrey is probably, I think, one of the only teams that won outright and impressively in both games. Or they didn't win in the second game, but they did play pretty well. They held their own. They held the score to what they needed to do, and they went on to the next round. I think it's very well deserved. Toluca didn't look so good their last match, and neither did Cruz Azul in the last match, if you ask me. Meanwhile, Tigres did look great. So the Monterrey teams are looking good. Meanwhile, the Mexico City teams, they're kind of leaving some money on the table. They're leaving a lot to prove. In this game, I don't think this one's a tough one, guys. I know Toluca's the favorite, and they should be. They are the defending champs in the semifinals. Monterrey, I just don't know if they can score on Toluca just as easily as they did to America, because Toluca is definitely a better team than America. If I'm forced to make a pick, guys, I think this game ends up a draw. The total's up high for a reason. You got both teams to score juice. It's juice to the yes. So this game is a little bit more tricky as far as which way to go. But at the end of it, I'm going to go with a draw. I think this game ends up being a draw. Probably something like 1-1, 2-2. I don't think that happens, guys. I haven't really seen too many high-scoring matches here. The only high-scoring matches we've seen recently has been the Cruz Azul Chivas game. And even that one was, it was more of a back and forth game. So I'll give it its credit. That one was a pretty good game going over. This one, I just don't see it going over on a Wednesday. I just don't. I think these middle of the week games are a little more boring than they are super exciting. So I'll take the draw. And that's kind of the only thing I really like here. Everything else is just a little bit tricky. But as far as who, I think Toluca goes to the final, though, for the second year in a row. I think they do it again. I hope Monterrey proves me wrong. But hopefully we get a Monterrey final. That's kind of what I want to see. I kind of want to see a Tigres Monterrey final. I think that'd be pretty interesting. So, but for my final pick, I'll go with a draw, and I'll start yapping. I'll stop yapping. I'm going to get out of here. So let's make some money, guys, whether it's on NHL, whether it's on Liga MX. Let's make some money. Let me know what you guys like. Let me know who you think is going to be the champion. Out of these 4 teams, let me know who you think is going to be the champ.